Okay. Cool. So, first thing I want to point out is your attack side was much better than your defense, and a lot of it. So this is like not the most, not the best like way to put this, but like I can't think of a better way to word it. Like a lot of it is just because like you just took a lot more control on attack, and so it's harder to do that on defense because of the fact that it's like defense. Like you can't be super dictated over your teammates. At the end of the day, you have to let them play their game, and that's fine. But the biggest thing that we saw on defense, which I'll just address first because we're here, um, is you heard me kind of talking about it. You weren't really doing a lot as Omen. You were just kind of a factor in the game, or like you were just another player. Like Omen was not being used to his full potential on defense. So that's why towards later in the game, I started talking about like dropping a smoke. So notice the reason I told you to start dropping the smoke is because a lot of rounds you weren't really doing anything. You were just kind of playing here, and that's it. Like you would smoke windows sometimes. You didn't use your flash. Like you only use your flash on defense like 2 or 3 times. That doesn't mean you need to use it every single round, right? But the whole reason I'm telling you this is because Omen was not being used to his max potential. So I want you to exclude the entire game. I want you to act like you're the enemy team here, and you want to get grass control. Let's just say you're the enemy team. You want control of this space. If the map is clear like this, it's easy. You just literally walk up. No big deal. If this is here, if there's an Omen smoke, now what is it? Now what do they have to do?
They have to clear out the Omen smoke.
Yes. So there's about this is a very base level example because most teams are just gonna walk through this if they play with numbers, right? But these are ideas I want you to start implementing. This, at the very least, is gonna make them think about what to do next. They're like, yo, there's an Omen smoke here. They might push out. We have to either push through the smoke together. We have to flash this, something. I want you to make them think about the resources they have to use, because as you start getting better and higher level at the game, this stuff's going to become more prevalent. And once you get in a team environment, it's very prevalent. So these are things I want you to really, really focus on in your game more, because I don't really think you did that a lot on defense. So that's the big takeaways from defense, and we'll talk about this stuff. So this round was fine. At the end of the day, he got timinged. Like he walked up. When did he walk up? He walked up now. But the only thing I might say is like, there's really no reason for you to walk to the right side. You know what I mean? You might as well just sit here. At the end of the day, the reason you came back, you can see everything. Can you see this drawing, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, cool. The reason you ended up coming back to B is because you knew that you were giving up too much space. So that's good. At least you recognize it, right? But then once you like walk behind sight, you inevitably just give them space again.
I think the reason I did was I think at some point Killjoy, either somebody gave Killjoy a call to go back to C, or Killjoy calmed that she was going back to C.
Yeah.
And I think I just immediately thought that she was just gonna go back to C, but she didn't.
Yeah,
So,
I see where your mind's at. By the way, side note, I can't hear comms. It's just a Discord thing. So anything they said I didn't get. So if there's something that I missed in a round when we're reviewing this because it's a comm, let me know, because I just can't hear them. Or like if you remember what it was. But yeah, and that's fine. But the idea still stands, right? Even if she goes, so garage is cut off, right? The enemies typically, we're gonna go back to Valid Plant because it's better. It's way more clear. The enemies by default have like this much control, right? This is their line of control. Right? No, that's not it. Sorry, disregard that. It's more this. Roughly, right? That's like the attackers have this much space. Whenever you guys left and you guys all started rotating, Killjoy leaving B or leaving C opened up like all this, right? Garage, she still had her util down. So garage was never an option for them no matter what. So the only thing that you needed to do, the only thing that was happening is you had A was still locked out. They still had like, let's just say that line, whatever, right? This was good. B was open, but then you came back to it. Garage was never an option. There was still a line here. Now C was open. So if you look at this graph, right, look at the control. The enemies can where can they go realistically? Like, as far what is free for them right now?
Yeah.
No, I'm asking you, like, what is free right now?
I mean C.
Yes, C. So who needs to go C?
Killjoy.
Correct. Is garage free for them?
No.
Is B free for them?
Yeah,
there you go. You're thinking it can be. So because B could potentially be an option for them, you don't even need to give them the choice to even come potentially timing you, right? Once again, this is super nitpicky, so it's not the end of the world, but like, do you kind of see what I'm getting at? This is more so something that like,
It's a possibility.
yes, it's completely not even giving them the chance to like timing you or get a play, because there's really no reason to go over here because garage is closed down, and at the end of the day, Killjoy needs to go C, not you. So there's really no reason for you to leave. You know what I mean? And if they do go C, you guys are gonna retake anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Like that, like extra second is not gonna make a difference in this scenario, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. And that's kind of the big thing that happened here. Once again, this round is not super, it just is what it is. But wanted you to think about that. Is the big takeaway. Let me see. Yeah. We're gonna skip the eco because it's an eco. You did good here. The only thing I would say on an eco round, which this is just not the most replicatable, or I mean, the only thing I'll say is like try and give your teammate a game plan. Like, even though you guys have, like, almost no chance of winning this round, like, just try and just literally tell your team, like, yo, let's just stack C. Screw it. Just something like that. Because at the end of the day, like, all your teammates are literally going 1-1. It's like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Literally, there's all 5 of you are just taking 1v1s right now. Which, I mean, you're going to be taking 1v1. So at the very least, you might as well try and maximize by putting everybody together. That's all I'll say for an eco. And same thing on attack. Just try at the very least to, do that. So, this is where we started seeing you move around more. We noticed they were pushing in. And then you end up getting just drive-by. You kind of got unlucky. That's just Spectre stuff. So this is a weird round. Actually, I kind of respect you once. Here, let me play it a little bit more. I kind of respect you walking up here because you're expecting them to be back. Like, you expect them to be in this spot. So you're expecting them to not expect you to walk up. So that what just happened? That I get. But at the end of the day, like
I should have played a safer angle.
Yeah, there's just no like.
If I played like a CT cross, or like yeah, basically watching garage from CT the push out.
Yeah, go ahead,
like,
finish.
I knew the turret was watching my long, so I mean I pretty much just had a lot of space to work with when it came to that. But
yeah, exactly. The biggest thing here is like you playing here. It doesn't get anything different done than you playing where you are now, because like at the end of the day, what's going on right now? Killjoy can't trade you. She can only trade you if she swings, which is good. But like you playing here and you playing where you're at now does not change the fact that she can swing and trade you, right? So you just putting yourself here puts you at a slightly more dangerous spot for no advantage, right? Like, if the advantage is a 5 out of 10 and the danger is a 5 out of 10 right here, the advantage here is a 5 out of 10. The danger is like a 7 out of 10, right? Like, it's just not necessary. It's not like your advantage goes up to get a kill. It does slightly, but it's just negligible, because at the end of the day, you'd want her to potentially be able to swing and trade you, and you get that same thing done here. That's kind of all. That makes sense though, right? Do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like you kind of knew what happened there. A lot of the juicier stuff happens later in, but
we definitely shouldn't have won this round.
Yeah,
that third round.
This was good by Jet, by the way, which I'm glad that she like stuck this, and then when she let him see where she freaking diffused, and then she moved across. Yeah, because he spams to her left. What is this round 4?
Oh, I shouldn't have gotten the pick, but I did anyway. I got one of them.
So go ahead, sorry.
I need to get better at dodging breach flashes.
The only way you actually can get dodge a breach flash is like every second of your game you have to expect it. Because I've actually gotten pretty decent at dodging flashes, because like anytime I'm playing and I know people are near me, I'm like the back of my head's telling me like you can get flashed, by the way. So I'm like, all right, cool. Breach flash is freaking impossible to dodge, though, so I don't feel too bad. This is fine though. The only issue is go ahead.
I get a pick here, so I was like, I didn't even expect to get the pick. But
yeah,
I guess
I want to see.
I don't know. They didn't. I don't know how they.
I want to see your teammates' weapons here.
There's a sheriff, a frenzy.
If your team's not on a full buy, this is good. This is what I'm trying to get at, because like at the end of the day, like a one and done on an eco is good, but.
Yeah, so this was, I believe, like pretty much a partial ego.
Okay. Well, then in this case, it's not bad. If it's a full buy, though, I would suggest not doing this. Well, yeah. The only reason, the best way for you to play this angle on a buy round is if your teammate is playing window, or playing here is fine too, because that lets them. It's really not fine actually. All right, let's go into Valet Plant actually once again. I love this website. It's great. So yeah, you playing up here is cool. If Killjoy plays here, she's exposed from long. But if she plays like back window, this is when it's good because you're like pretty much guaranteed to kill. And then whenever they turn to shoot you, she just swings and gets the kill back. So it's like a trade for trade. So that's when it's fine. But because she was here, you couldn't really get traded. Like this is something you should tell your teammate.
Jet,
like
I think Jet pushed out mid and traded me on the raise. Or no, Jet pushes.
Oh, Jet is here. Okay. Yeah, that's fine then. What? But the reason I'm saying this,
the reason we lose this round is honestly because of our raise. Because she pushes up A instead of falling back, takes the mid window fight and dies.
Yeah, I mean it's like I said a partial, or like you said, I guess it's a partial buy. The big takeaway. So yeah, the only thing I would say differently is yes, I mean that like I said the idea works, but make sure you tell your teammates this because I think Jet was just coming and she just got lucky. And just somebody just happened to be there as she swung and it worked, right? Like her plan was not coming to be like, I'm gonna play off of Omen's contact. Like she just came in a garage, right? So playing here's good, but tell your teammate like, yo, play window and swing off my contact. That's what you need to do there. Is the only difference. But anyways.
Yeah.
Cool. So this is where I said lost. My notes got a little interesting.
I didn't even realize Masters were being played right now.
Yeah, I think they start. No. So this is good. Yeah. This is the round. The round before this, I was starting to tell you to start working control. So let's actually go back a little bit here. I'm not gonna count this round too much because of the fact that you're playing a one. And actually, you know what? Never mind. We'll go back to we'll just stay where we were. I'm not gonna talk about last just because you played a one and done, and that's fine. So this is good because once again, you need to imagine your role on a team as Omen. So all right, let's do that. I want to ask you some questions here. What is Omen's job on defense?
Create space.
How?
Using his smokes.
Okay, great. Yeah, and its flash is good for retake or potentially creating space if you want to make a play. So that's good. And that's pretty much what I want you to do. This is decent. So it's kind of Haven's a kind of an odd example because there's like 5 routes that you can fight at once. But this is kind of this. I want to see you do more ideas of this. Once again, Haven's weird, so I wouldn't suggest pushing out mid like this a lot. But like on other maps like Ascent, or because there's really only 3 routes. There's mid, A, and B. It's better to do push up a little bit and just make them start getting in their heads like, yo, Omen might try and make a play here. So we got to be ready for that. Either make them play slow, make them waste resources, something. So this is what I want to see. You use your smoke to push down mid, and you wasted some of Ray's time. That's good. So now when they take A, which your team had, which is bad. But yeah, but now when they take A here,
I should have just immediately fallen off.
Yeah, you should have left.
Slow walking.
But yeah, now when they take A here, Ray's is like slower because of this. Now this is once again kind of a surface level example, but these are things. This is like, do you see the point, right? You see the like whole idea behind it. Mm-hmm. Using your smokes to force them to use resources, because whenever you force a team to use resources, they're trying to fight for control. That's their plan, and that's the point. If you never want to give control for free if at all possible. But yeah, once again, playing your role as Omen. Just your best bet in a retake scenario is to be able to just flash like a big chunk of the site, and you just took a risky fight. But you know that, so yeah. Next time, just fall off. No big deal. By yourself, remembering. Okay, let me see what happens here. Actually, I might just need to watch this round over.
Oh yeah, I got breach flashed and they push in.
Yeah, this one's it's an eco, so I'm gonna excuse it only. And I say that I usually don't want to have that mindset, but because like the best thing to do in an eco is put yourself in a funky spot to try and make a play, and that's what you did, and it just didn't work out. So this is fine. Nothing wrong there. Round 6. Let me see. Okay, this is the first like prime example round of like you gave them way too much control and you didn't really do much as Omen here. This is the best. This is probably one of the better defense examples we have. So
I should be playing towards the garage.
Yes, exactly. You are giving them too much control. So not only are you not shoulder peeking and forcing them to use resources here, you're straight up giving it. They like literally. I mean, they're not. They actually, I think they do. They just walk up garage, right? If you just walk up here and shoulder peek, make them think like, yo, Omen's right there. Breach is gonna throw a flash, but once you shoulder peek, all you're doing is getting information for your team and then like backing up. So when Breach does his flash, it doesn't do anything to you. You're already leaving. So this is like my idea. That's an example of breach forcing, or like that's an example of the enemy team wasting resources on you. And you can bait these things as a player. These are things I want to see you do. So that's step one, which you just recognized it, so that's good. You didn't use any smokes at the start of the round. Now this round it's not perfect actually because you got ulted. So, but once again, your plan literally would have been to shoulder pick that and then just dip. So even if they did ult you, you wouldn't have died. And they use resources anyways because they just but. You see where I'm going with this, right? See my point? Okay, cool. And then same thing here. You're by yourself. There's no chance for you to get traded. You didn't really smoke anything off. And you just kind of fought. So anytime you are at either a disadvantage or you just have all your utility, mainly if you have, the biggest thing is if you have your utility. If you have all your utility, especially with a character like Omen, just wait. Be like, all right, what can I do with this? How can I help my team? How could we win the round? But right here, your brain just kind of shifted to how can I make a play to win the round, which you don't need to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if I thought about it here more, I would just back off and then we can play a retake for a fight.
Yes.
Because Killjoy has her ult.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. So recognizing it is the biggest part, and you are recognizing it. So cool. Once again, no big deal. What is this? Which round is this? 8? So once again, I was going back to what I was saying earlier. You have a scout or a marshal, I guess. But you didn't use your smokes once again. You didn't really make the enemy waste resources. That doesn't mean you have to throw all of your util at the start of the round, by the way. But throw like one smoke to make them think. Or something like that. And this once again, it's different here because it's Haven and there's 5 routes they can just like see you at. You didn't really push for any control, but you have a marshal. It's B site. B is like the hardest spot in the game to do it because if breach flashes mid, you're just dead. That's just an example. So I'm not gonna harp on this too much, but I just want you thinking about it more. Is all. Yeah, and then you go for the gun. That's fine.
Oh yeah, this was the weird round where like people were trying to hop on the bomb, and then people were like, I think all. The Reno was playing short, 2 of them were playing long, and they had it planted for both sides. So and then the Killjoy was playing in Heaven, so there's nothing we could really do.
Yeah, the Killjoy didn't help. Raze didn't help. Both your teammates misplayed here, but the only thing I would say here is like once again you have your flash up. Like you either need to flash long or flash short. I would suggest doing short because you accidentally put a gap in your smoke to at least maybe give you a chance to win the round or buy some time or something. Or tap it and then flash. Just do something. Like it's weird because
Killjoy is playing
I
Heaven.
was trying to hear. I can't really hear. Anyways, it's fine. Once again, it's kind of weird. This round is not the greatest one to talk about because your teammates didn't help you at all. But at the same time, like I want you to take initiative. Like you just don't like yell at them, obviously, but tell them like, yo, wait. I have my flash up. We get everybody get together. Just like and you start doing that on attack side, and you saw like results. This is literally an attack side round if you think about it. You guys are trying to like, well, that's not true, but like you know what I'm saying, right? Like take initiative here. Don't be scared to be like, yo, wait a second. I'm gonna flash Raze. Let me flash you into long real fast. She'll wait. Of course, she's gonna listen to that. And this is things. Yes, the only realistic thing you can do here is just take some more initiative as a player. And I think that's all. This round was really kind of weird because it's kind of unwinnable because breach flashes, all that good stuff. But do you agree with that, by the way? The whole taking initiative thing. Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you did it on attack side and it was really good. This is round 9.
I feel like I just like I feel like my brain on attack, I'm just constantly thinking about like what's going on, but like my brain on defense is just it defaults to just hold nickel.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're seeing here. So your brain needs to stop defaulting to holding a spot, and it needs to be. It doesn't even need to be like, where's everybody playing? What's their game? Well, those are things you need to think about. Don't get me wrong, but it needs to start with like, how can I force them to waste resources at the very least? How can I get control? How can I play my agent? Is what you need to think about. That's like your step 1. Like you're playing Omen, you can do a good job creating a little bit or like getting some control on defense, sort of a thing. If you're playing Raze, same idea. You can use your utility to make some space. With Sova, you can get control. I want you to think about like what your agent's job is on defense and try and just do that as much as possible with your teammates specifically. One thing you could have done here 100 times is like smoke off. Here, I'll pull it up. This is just an example, by the way. Let's see. Smoke off like here or window, and then like flash all this and have your teammate run up. Like this is something you could have just tried at the very least. Like I want you to be trying things like this in ranked games. Because let's be honest, at the end of the day, if you're just blindlessly playing games with no game plan, like you're gonna like slowly improve, but it's gonna be so long. Like I want you to try stuff like this all the time because these are things that are gonna like they're gonna help you as a player so much. You know, does that make sense? Do you see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I think that's the big thing here. So what is this, round 9? Once again, back to the weird balance thing. Like I want you trying to create a little bit of control here, but because it's B site and it's a
Yeah, I
5v2
think I get
now.
caught out. Yeah, I get caught out here, and Ray's like, she's just running around pretty much.
Yeah, this round's not too big of a deal because once again, going back to how I was saying, pushing for control on B is weird because it's B and it's Haven. But I still like the plan. Yeah, just a few aim things, but we'll talk about aim at the very end because there's a few things you can just do to help yourself. All right. Anyways, all right. Back to the next round. Play slightly. This is a good round. This is like almost a perfect not almost perfect. This is much better. Once again, this is good. This is the first round I told you to smoke this. Even if they don't use resources here because they just push this like a group, that's fine. You're getting them to think. You want to make your enemies like think about what's going on. You don't want them to just blindlessly, just run around. So that's good. You end up rotating, which is also nice. This was perfect. I like this. This is very, this is what I want to see more of. You save your flash because you realize it won't do anything if you flash now. You wait for your Sova to dart. He darts. It clears everything. You're like, okay, there's nothing for me to flash right now. Let me just let me use the other controlling side of my stuff. Good. That was trolled by him. So I would
did he have his ult out there?
Who?
He didn't. The Rays. The Rays ulted, right?
No. She just double blast back in.
Oh.
The only thing I would maybe say different is like yell at your teammates like, yo, I have a flash. Wait, I have a flash. Something like that. But that's not the biggest deal because it's just this round was just weird. They're both short, right? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. The Sova should have just like been more proactive. I think because like he's holding such a shit angle, and then I get swung.
Well, it was just keep in mind he got ulted. That's the big thing.
I don't think he got ulted. Oh
yeah, he did. Yeah, see, he just got blown over there. That was the biggest issue. He couldn't like see. He's trying to get on a better angle, but he can't.
I mean, honestly, I think me re-smoking it was a big.
No, well, that I think once again, this goes back to playing in what. Well, this wasn't really going back. We haven't really touched on this a ton yet, but we will on attack more. Like, think about what the enemy wants to do. When Breach ults, what does he want to do? He wants to flash out, just come shoot you at all. So that's what you got to think about. So you pulling your smoke out here you're just playing into his gameplay where he wants to run at you. It's all. Yeah. That's the biggest thing. All right, and if you do go through the smoke, just hug the corner a little more. You swung out and gave him the spot. Because I think Sova might have actually been able to trade you if you.
Well, I think I should have probably called for Sova to just swing it because I think like he's gonna be playing here to try to kill me because he knows where I am specifically.
Yeah, exactly. So I think you actually hug closer to the wall and then you smoke because Breach is now gonna have to go from playing right here to right like here, and then Sova can just see him and shoot him. I think you just swung out a little too much, which is nitpicky, but this is big factors of what happened in the round. So there's a lot of things here that could have been done differently.
Small things that can change the big outcome.
Exactly. But that was one of the biggest things. Your flash use, the flash actually.
I obviously shouldn't have held the flash.
No, well that's not the problem. You should have either just thrown it or not, is all, and you didn't throw it, so that's fine. Your flash usage there is actually okay, even though it seems weird. I need to
unequip this fucking fan, man. I'm addicted to pulling it out.
Dude, I know, I love it. I love the fan. I need to rewatch this round. I didn't know what to put here. I was also typing a lot for that last round. I don't remember what happens, but I just gotta remember.
Oh yeah, we win this round. I go in here, I catch Ray's. I caught that. I fell off because of the Killjoy ult. And then I believe I was gonna go CT, and then Breach flashes CT, so I'm thinking that he might be pushed. he doesn't push because my teammates start pushing. I get the kill on him, and then the killjoy kills the Rays.
Okay, I mean, pretty much it. That's what I'll say about that. Your thought process was, for the most part, correct. The only thing I would maybe say is keep in mind your util, but there's really nowhere you can do that. Maybe the only thing, definitely you could smoke something off here, but like it worked out really well because of the way like your positioning is good.
I mean, I didn't want to smoke off long because
yeah, exactly, and that's why I'm saying like what can you smoke? So like this round was fine. That was good. This is the last round.
I think, did we get this round?
Yes, you did. Wait, what happens?
We get a pick long, I think. And then I get a pick mid. Or no, we get a...
Okay, so yeah, the only thing I wrote down here is to smoke your team whenever control is given. So once that flash goes down, you should expect them to want to be in garage. Like, how can you influence them being in garage? You just smoke it. So maybe drop a smoke here, which wouldn't have like directly influenced the round, but it's the idea that would have been good.
Oh yeah, I think Ray's there.
Yeah, that was funny.
Kill her, but she was full swung.
It went through the wall barely. It might have like barely nicked the wall. But yeah, so the only thing I would say to this though is whenever you if you were to go to smoke, like once they flash in, this is stuff actually I've done before, so it's something to think about here. I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen. Actually, we're gonna go to the valid plan because this could be better. So Reyna, she flashes, she leers in. You're here, Raze is here. So this is something I've done in my games before, especially I used to play Reyna, which I regret that period of life, but you know, it's okay. I've done this before where I will purposely fake there to like it's like the game within the game. Like I've done this before where I'll throw a flash in a location to hold their positioning and also hold and maybe waste util. So smoking this I'm not. You still I think should have smoked it because the players at this rank. Well, you're at low Immortal right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Immortal Diamond-ish.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, the players at this rank they'll start thinking about this stuff, but it's and I'm not saying that this is 100% the right 110% the right play. Excuse me, but something to keep in mind is people will start eventually juking your util out. So I do think smoking here would have been the play in the scenario of this VOD, but I do want you to think that she could just be potentially going to fake out your util. So just something to think about because I don't want you every single time you see a random flash to go smoke this now. Not that you will, but you know, something like that. And then they just do that to fake you out. So do you see what I'm saying? I just want you to have this on the back of your mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Because yeah, what you did, like I said, I think smoking would have been better, but more so for future reference as you like climb and get better. All that good stuff. I want that to happen. So, anyways,
yeah, I don't know how that jet didn't like pick up that. You know, I just called.
Oh yeah, I don't know either. It is what it is. So once again, what's your game plan? We're on attack side. What is Omen's game plan here, other than just like smoking a choke point when you execute?
We were just defaulting, so I was trying to see who was on B.
Well, okay, I'm not this round. I'm saying more so like across the board, like attack side Omen. What does he do?
Just generates space for his team to push up. And...
Okay. Yeah, I knew you knew the answer. More so just asking for like reference. Pretty much the same thing as defense, right? Like you just want to use your utility, create some space, and block off chokes. And you didn't. Once again, you didn't necessarily do that at the start. Now it's slightly different on attack because you might need to save them both for an execute, which is what you did here. So I'm not saying it's bad this round. But once again, I want you to think about that. Make sure, like, okay, what's going to happen this round? Especially in a default. If you default, it's good to use one of the smokes early to, like, prevent them from doing something. So maybe smoke here to get your team to push in or something like that, right? Or, yeah. I don't know, smoke top B so you can get some mid-control. Something like that. Just, these are ideas. Also, right here, wait for your jet. If somebody's holding this angle, you're dead. And she can't trade you. So just delay half a second pushing down. Which you ended up doing. But, once again, yeah, there's a few angles you could have gotten killed from and not gotten them traded is what's important. But yeah, I think that's all.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how we don't like take the site here. I say I'm flashing, and then I push out, The Killjoy just doesn't react to me.
Let me see what happens actually.
Does Raze get killed in garage?
Well, I'm trying to see like what your team did on the other side of the map. I'm looking at Jet and Raze here. Yeah, to see like if what they did, because all the enemy has seen so far is a Sova Dart A, Raze peeked this, and then left. So like it's kind of in the back of their head like they're probably setting up for A. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's why you guys died here. Because this is where that rotation timing matters that we talked about. Like that 1 extra second coming to C is not as important, but on here it is important because this extra second that Raze left made them rotate sooner. And that's why you guys died. Because what happened here is, or what could probably happened here, you got this trade, your team's still taking site, and you die to Reyna and Breach. Notice Reyna, like, not even, like, just earlier. Look, watch her peek here. She saw the dart, she saw Raze leave, and then she sprints straight to A. So the only reason I'm telling you this is because this is where you can start to dictate your team. Maybe throw a smoke over here. Maybe throw a smoke here. Just something to hold the rotates a little bit longer because you might not have gotten double pushed from CT. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think when I'm in like lobby, I should probably like smoke towards like garage or something.
Yeah, especially on a default because yeah, they just double push or 3 of them push actually because they just all rotated instantly. So when you default, tell your team to make a little bit more noise or go slower it or be a little quicker A, a little slower. There's a lot of things you can do here to like counteract their, but you kind of see how like deep the game gets at this point. Not that you don't already know this, but you kind of see like these are things you got to think about. If you got to think about the fact that Braze leaving a second early there caused them to rotate to you guys a second quicker, which swung the round in their favor there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And this is an eco. We're going to skip the round. But once again, try and formulate a game plan. Just like 5-man garage, something. Just try and go as a group here. Anyways, like I said, skip the round.
Oh, yeah, this round.
Yeah, then you just... I respect it. Trying to get a pick, by the way. This is good. That might seem lame, but I respect it. Okay.
I didn't expect them to just fucking sit in our spawn the entire, like, 30 seconds. Because they were just moving around all the entire time.
Yeah.
Wait, who won?
I think you guys end up winning this round.
Oh, I'm talking about Masters.
Oh shoot.
Envy just won the first game.
Who are they playing against?
Genji.
Okay, ooh, interesting. Okay, so this round is weird. This is going to kind of counteract what I said earlier about making space because you are making space here, but because you're at a disadvantage, this isn't really good. If you guys had numbers advantage and you had whatever you're pushing up, especially somewhere like B where they can play like here, they can play here. If you push up this side, they can play there, close. Like there's just there's too many angles for you to worry about by yourself. So especially like I said, when you're at a disadvantage, so either have a teammate come with you or just like make noise here and then leave. You know what I'm saying? What were you saying though?
I should have told Killjoy to go play mid window for me.
Yes, exactly. That would have been fine. That would have made this safer because
like if I keep sitting mid, I should easily kill that Raze. I don't know how only one shot hit her, but
it's a Vandal. Phantom's better. I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not kidding, but I buy Vandal sometimes. It's fine.
You know what? You said that. Now I gotta send you this clip.
All right, bet. But yeah, send it to me after. By the way, we'll finish talking about this round. What was I saying? But yeah, so it's like counterintuitive to what I was saying earlier because I want you to be making space as a player, but you need to make sure you have a little bit of backup, especially on attack side and disadvantage is the big takeaway here. Because if you guys were still 5v5, you could have had some like, yo, somebody come push up B with me. And this could have been traded or something, right? Like you said, maybe have Killjoy sit window. So this makes it safer. On defense, you can do the same thing. That's why I was telling you earlier, like in that one thing where I was trying you to like maybe flash this and have like smoke here. Maybe have Jet like dash. I don't know, something like this, right? Like that's like kind of the same like scenario you want to do an attack. So create space, but just do it with smarter intentions is the big takeaway. Anyways, big thing. So this was
watch us.
Okay, great. Is this Okeanos?
Yeah. Watch us.
Oh, I saw this. Yeah.
Phantom's better, by the way. Imagine shooting the head and not killing someone.
Big XD. Dude, I love the Phantom, but I've had that. I played a DM earlier, and I've shot 5 people in the head and didn't kill any of them. It's pretty funny.
Ooh, I just checked my stocks.
Ooh,
I bought 4 shares of Roblox.
Really?
Yeah, I bought it at 64.50 yesterday, and it's now at 73.98.
Sheesh. That's pretty sick. Heck yeah. Yeah. All right. So this was one of your best rounds. I wrote a ton here, I think. So this is where it was good. So even though up to this point your teammates just may seem like bots or it's annoying, this is one thing I preach to everybody. I promise you, not every game, but most games, if you just take initiative and be adamant, they will listen. Because like look at right here. Your team was just spread out like a bunch of animals. You started calling, yo, let's go towards C. Let's work some C control. Everybody comes. Every single player follows you. Like, all right, yeah, let's do it. Sure. So this is what I want to see you do more, which I'm glad you started doing this because you took initiative, you started doing what you need to do as a player. So this is good. You guys get the initial pick. Once again, I touched on this earlier. Make sure you don't really have a job here yet. You have all of your team going site. If you go site with them, that's cool. I would just sit back long though because everybody's doing it. Go ahead and grab orb because you need to maximize your time and stuff like that.
I think we won this. This is the round we won off of the Killjoy ult, right?
No, that was the one before this. Killjoy clutched this round again, but we'll get to the site stuff in a minute. But I'm just talking about like the here and now. Go ahead and just grab orb here because it could be a make or break, and it ends up being a make or break. So this position, I like this, but because it's a breach, I don't. Breach can flash anywhere, and you know breach is in garage because this is here. He can flash this entire wall anywhere on it,
Yeah,
and you're
I
straight.
think I should just be playing behind the box instead of on top.
Yes, exactly. Just
'Cause I
play
can
like
play off the flash.
yeah. Okay, this is better. I made this pen thicker. This is what I need. Exactly. So this position's good in a real, and you see you're playing anti-flash, which works kind of because you have Raze here, but you also ended up not even playing anti-flash. So go ahead and commit to it if you're gonna do it. But once Raze dies, you should instantly drop because right now you're completely covered because they're not. If they run out, Killjoy gets them. If they flash, you get them, and then Raze has your CT. So this is fine now. It's actually so kind of take back what I said earlier. This is great.
So now looking at this, I should be playing behind the box with my flash out and
Yes.
flashing them after they flash out.
Yeah, see, that's a better option. See, this is still an option though because right here, like you looked back and you didn't play anti-flash, which is bad. Because everything was covered. Now, once Raze dies, the second she dies, you need to drop because now your CT is no longer covered, so you just got to get out of there.
Yeah.
And see, she should have killed you here. You should be dead, but she is bad. So yeah, we recognize this once again. Kind of going back, just thinking about their game plan and applying that to yours is the big takeaway here. And then Killjoy ends up clutching this round, so that was cool. Oh yeah, for the viewers, if I upload this, they just kind of trolled and she just shot up to the smoke. As simple as that. Anyways, good. Once again, you're taking initiative. You did the same thing. You called, yo, let's go see, put a little garage pressure. You grab the orb here. Great. You created some space. Oh, you guys ended up going, yeah, okay.
In order to pat my own back, I think I played that ult orb pretty well. We ended up getting like a chain of like throughout like the attack side. I think we chain our ults and like insanely well. Cause like I essentially just chain the Raze ult off of the Killjoy ult, and then like because
no, I agree.
Essentially, I just like I have them go back and forth between like who's taking in the round and who's using their ult to clear the round.
Yep.
the Raze just cleared the top of the right.
Interesting, but yeah, this is good. You're starting to take initiative, and so one thing I do want you to be careful of: don't be too like adamant or too aggressive with your teammates. Just be honest and be like real. Like, yo, let's push C here. Let's get garage control. Like that's what I want you to do. Let them kind of decipher how they want to do it. Don't be too specific with them because then they're gonna stop playing their game, and that's too much for you to think about. That's the only thing I'll say about that. But for the most part, this is good. This is what I want to see. So yeah, rounds are starting to come together. Which you guys end up winning this round. Spoiler alert. And yeah, you played this pretty well. I mean, you tried to, you know, I'm not gonna, like I said, everything here was like pretty good. Oh, yeah. At this point, you just kind of played slow. What's up?
Watch this. I was so zoned in on CT. Watch this. I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
yeah. That was so troll. She had an op. I don't know what she was thinking, anyways.
No, she had a Marshall.
Oh, okay. That's why she did it then.
She's just popping shots off in heaven.
That would have been hilarious if she killed you too. But yeah, this is good. This is what I want to see. You're starting to take initiative, and it's starting to pay off. This is great. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, that's fine. We'll talk about aim after. Same scenario here. I think I said peek was your teammate here. Same thing, take initiative. This is good. Yeah, so you guys win this round. And then you know he is... Go ahead and swing with this guy, by the way. The only way Omen wins this round is by taking 1v1s. So go ahead and just force a 2v1 here. Which, like, I know you're trying to delay time. But, like, at this point...
I was commenting to Silva that he shouldn't swing it.
Yeah, I know. But the thing... And I agree. He shouldn't swing it. You're correct. But he did. So go ahead and back him up. So I'm not trying to tell you to, like, make a mistake. But, like, the end of the day, like, he should wait. But since he swung... So, like, you could win this round by two ways. One would be all of you just play back and then push him at the very last second because clock is ticking. Or, like you said, or just swing with your teammate here. So, yeah, he shouldn't have swung, but go ahead and just swing with him at the end of the day. Because that's gonna secure the round. Because Omen could have killed him, and then now it's a 2v1. It's kind of interesting, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. I shouldn't have picked up the op here.
Yeah, you shouldn't have. I agree.
I think if Jet has either a judge or... I think we win this round if Jet has a judge or an op. Or a rifle.
Yeah.
This...
So the one thing I will say though, this is for you as now somebody IGLing, play around that op. Don't rush C when you have an op. You know what I'm saying? Just like set up default, try and get a pick with it. That's the one big thing to say here. But yeah, this is pretty unlucky to be honest. Ray's made a good play here. This is really good by her to sit in that little close corner. Yeah, I mean other than that, that's kind of it. And this kind of what I would bring up. You guys didn't really change a lot up. You did end up going A in this last round, the round before right here, but you still set up pressure on the left side and making them. So at this point, they've noticed this like into this round because at the past 3 rounds you've played on this left side of the map. Now on this round they stack it and you play right into it. So not only did you play into their game plan, once again think about what they're thinking. Yo, we're starting to they're putting a lot of pressure on C. Let's stack that right side of the map, and you have an op. So if you would have not rushed C, you would have A, avoided their game plan, and B, played into your team's game plan better. Is the big thing. Other than that, it was kind of unlucky to be honest, because
I think honestly at this point I would probably just fake an A push, like have like Raze and Jet start off over at A, and then like Raze would just boom bot towards.
You did that here. Yeah, you did that this round. You called that. But yeah, this is good. I mean, yeah. I mean, does that make sense of what I was saying? Yeah. Start thinking about their game plan and applying that to yours, because you're at the point like your actual like skill is fine. Like you're not like a bad player, but you're just not really like being as proactive as you can be, and you're not thinking about enough. That's probably some of the factors holding you back right now. Is all I think.
Yeah, I'm being kind of lazy.
Yeah, you can call it lazy. So right here, I don't like you holding the flank. Killjoy, alarm bot has the flank. Keep in mind, control.
Well, so during this round, I thought I heard someone mid. That's why I was playing for it.
But that's fine. So here's what I want you to think about. Let me go back to the save the round. It's 3v4. You have numbers advantage.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pull a bunch of people out. That's pointless. So the control they have right now, because you think you heard somebody mid. Oopsies. So you try and cut this off and deny space here. That's fine. But if all your teammates die, you now can't help sight. So keep in mind with Killjoy alarm bot here, I can pull it up. I forget. You can just go play long, and if somebody pops that, you just look. You can start off playing here. If they pop that, you just look at them. Oh, I forget. Yeah, there you go. Just do this, and then if not, you just can help your teammate on site. So
is this the round we lose?
No. You won this round.
Huh.
So does that make sense though? You just didn't. Yeah, it's fine. Like what your brain is thinking is not bad, but it didn't maximize your team's it didn't maximize helping your team, because you could still hold flank while also helping your team by playing like long or like in sewers here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And then yeah, you guys end up winning this round. Yeah, you guys end up going C. You made a play here. This was good. This play was sick. But yeah, so actually I guess we'll stay here. Yeah, your team started dying, right? And you could have helped trade them if you would have just played sight and you could have been in a position to help trade that raise there or something like that, right? And that forced your Killjoy to make a weird play and back up and all that stuff, which is the rotate here is actually not bad, but it's still like now it's a 2v1. This could have been completely avoided if you had played sight, because flank was already covered and you could have jumped on it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, this play was good. Yeah, their game plan is to stick together and wait, and then you just kind of broke it up. Going back to what I said earlier, you want to break their game plan, which is what you did. So yeah, this is good play.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to watch this round back. I don't remember what happened here. Oh, they have an AFK at this point, by the way.
Yeah, that kind of helped us get a bunch of rounds.
Yeah, well, they only AFK'd this past round, so I mean, you still got a few with 5, so it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I gotta see what happens here.
Oh yeah, they gave up their Killjoy ult because our Killjoy ulted, but I mean, I don't think they were even watching.
Yeah.
In which I think what I should have done was I should have just TP'd into heaven.
Oh, you do. I think you guys do win this round, actually. Yeah, you end up TPing.
Yeah, we win
right.
this round.
Yeah.
Because I was planning to do that anyway, but it was just, you know.
Yeah, this is fine. I mean, like I said, we talked about this in the earlier. Like, you should have just went ahead and ulted earlier because yeah, the ult was like scary or like it didn't do anything, but it's okay to use an ult to secure a round, especially when it's tense like this. So that's that's fine. Yeah, so this is good, and you recognize that, so I think.
Yeah, this is the last round we won.
Yeah.
I get ulted, but I trade out. I trade myself. Oh, I'm so goated.
Yeah, let me go back. Heck yeah, you're sick. So kind of going back to what I was saying earlier, like I'm glad you're like taking more initiative, but you're putting too much pressure on this left side. And they're starting to stack towards it. Is all that really happened. So the play here. I mean, what you did there is fine. Like as far as like as a player, but as a team, this was pretty bad because you guys just keep in mind how many times you've gone C in a row. Like you just need to shake things up more. Is all.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I don't care what happens here because this is not relevant to you.
Same thing. I think I should have gone for a B take at some point.
Yes, I actually like B takes like at random points in the game because nobody expects it.
I think I was gonna say I think I said let's go for B on this round, and they just ended up going A anyway because they already pushed up sewers.
Mm-hmm. This round was a little better, by the way.
This is the round we lose.
Yeah, well, the start of this round is better because yeah, you're applying C pressure, but you have teammates also pushed up A, so it's fine. You kind of end up just leaving and being weird. So once again, you're just playing like way too far back here because you guys have a numbers advantage. You could just watch flank from like right here in sewer. You could just sit here because now the only way you guys lose this round is your team dying and you can't be there to help him, and that's exactly what happens. You just went way too deep to watch flank. Even if you hear
no. This is the round. This is the round where I thought I heard someone mid.
Yeah, but even if you hear somebody mid, it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't apply to the round at all. Because like, let's say you go kill this guy, your whole team's dead. Now they win the round. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, you just went way too far back here. Is all that happened. If you hear somebody mid, just sit here and watch flank. And yeah. You could have used if you just played sight and used your flash to help your team or something like that, you'd be fine. What were you saying though?
Yeah, well, I was just agreeing with you.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of the big takeaway here. Just keep in mind that you don't always. Getting kills is not always well. Okay, I can take that back. The big takeaway here, because you did this around earlier too, is just like make sure you're in a spot to cover multiple angles. Do you ever played Smash? Super Smash Bros? No. Okay, then never mind.
I did when I was younger.
Yeah, well then never. I'm talking about like competitive Smash, but never mind. I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, you just want to make sure you're able to cover multiple options because you're covering the flank option right here, which is good. But if you play sewers, you can cover the help your team option and the flank option. Do you know what I mean? You just want to cover as many options as possible, which you just didn't do with this position is all. All right, cool. That was kind of it. That was good. Did you any other questions? Did you find this useful? Did this help you?
I mean, yeah, I think this helped me a decent bit to where I'm like just sort of like opening my mind when it comes to stuff.
Yeah, that's the big thing. As far as like being a player, you're not bad. It's just a matter of like you just need to be able to push your strengths and like read more, read like the game more, because you're just playing, and that's like fine, but that's why you're feeling stagnated and feeling like low. You know what I mean? You just gotta. What new world just happened? That's why you're feeling stagnated, and that's why you're feeling low, because you're not like. Once you start applying these things, you'll start to push advantages more and things like that. And you're not gonna see immediate like an immediate jump in gameplay. You might actually. I mean, who knows? But you are gonna see more. Like just start thinking about your games more, and you'll start to see improvements then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any questions? Anything else?
No. I mean, I'm just trying to, get better and just sort of like try to improve with. Just,
Yeah.
I think my gameplay has been a bit off, and I think like it's like just sort of dragging down my aim and stuff like that. So I'm just sort of like, you know, uh, getting an outside opinion, especially with someone who sort of knows what they're talking about. It can pretty much help.